Hi. So, another video. I'm just sitting down this morning having my cup of coffee and thought, okay, let me introduce this. So, I had a class, a beginner class, so I'm kind of aiming this at the students who are going to be taking classes from me, but you're all welcome, of course. You might want to see one sooner than this because this is a little tiny bit more advanced, maybe. So, the idea was that we had been making, in my beginning wet felting, we made something about this size. And so if you're my students, you know about this. And then this is nice and thick. This is really, and it's beautiful. So then we were exploring the idea of a bigger. What do we do if we want it to be bigger? Well, we just make the resist bigger. But, I wanted to research and develop this. So what you're going to see is not necessarily a how-to video. In other words, you could follow it and do it because it has some errors in it, which we're going to talk about. But you can watch it, see the process, listen to what we're talking about. But there's things we do differently. There's really no failure. You just have some things that you would do differently. So this is the first time that I've done it myself, but broken apart with a student. So my friend Linda is the student that you're going to be seeing. Some of you have already met her. And she is not a seasoned felter. She came over to my house and did one. So she's maybe done, this will be her third one maybe. She'll correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't want you to think that I've used a student who knows it, but they don't. I'm the one that does. But so this is me teaching it. So this is one a little bit more advanced. We can certainly go further than that, but this is going to be like the next step if you want to go larger, because then it could go into a purse. It could be other things that you're thinking about. But I wanted to just get it bigger. And this time we're going to use a different type of a wool. Living Felt sells something, and I believe this is Decadence. And it's silk and wool kind of blended together in these luscious, luscious colors. So they're already blended. You're going to see it when she's working on it. So basically, when you're done, you don't even have to embellish it. It's done. You can add a few things, which she did. You'll see her dad one thing. But basically, it's done. And it's gorgeous. And you can do all kinds of, different things with this. But I wanted you to see it done with the Decadence, which already has the multiple colors in it. But also done larger, which is not that hard. You're just going to see it. And then afterwards, I'll talk to you about what I would do differently, what I would suggest. And there's still more to this because she took it home. She's going to work on it. So there'll be more to see. But this is, like I said, not necessarily a how-to, but an observational video. You certainly could do it from this after you listen to the whole thing and see what I was going to do differently. But this is how we would do it larger. Okay, let's see what you think about this. So the idea is to make a bigger bowl. How would you do that? Well, Linda wants to make it. So she took these foam, that's your resist, and she taped them together. And then you're going to go and flip it over. And now she has to find something to make her circle. So she found something. Oh, and then she's going to lay it on. Then now remember, this is going to shrink. And then she's going to have to draw it. And I gave her a piece of chalk. Something that, well, she's going to push hard because it doesn't always. Remember, there's going to be a lot of shrinking going on here. Look at that. Beautiful. Now she has to cut it out. There's her scissor. So that's what it looks when it's cut out. Now she's got to lay it with this and make herself bubble wrap that's going to be the right. We've got one piece we think is big enough. Oh yeah. Now she's got, just do the other one. It doesn't have to be that big, but it has to be enough. So she's got to make the other one, and then all you do is just tape it. You have to go get the tape back.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Okay, so she cut it, and now she's just going to have to put a strip of, what is that, just packaging tape? Nice coverage, you want it to have enough. And you'll probably have to tape that on both sides.
All right.
As long as it's this packaging tape, it can handle water so that it's equal. So she sets it up. I would push it a little bit further. More. Just, it can be up. It doesn't have to be that far down. You want more that way. Okay, that's good. And then she's going to get her one piece. First your bubble wrap.
And the bubble towards what you're felting.
Yeah, towards what you're felting. So that's going to come up. Okay, now put your resist down. And I would put, and start with the smoother, Put it right in the center. Okay, Linda's going to show you. Pull that out. This is not top. That's her top over there. Can you see how smooth it is? See that? This is called batting. Do you see the difference, everybody? This is coarse. That is smooth. That has strands going in one direction that you pull. This has strands going in every possible direction. So, okay, now she's not going to keep that here. She just thinks she is. It's going to be moved. But anyway, because once we work with water, we don't put our dry near it.
No.
Okay, so you could weigh this, but instead of weighing it, we're going to, because most people are not going to have a scale, we're just going to measure it. Now we know, don't we? We've had this talk with her, that we have to use the same amount on one side as we do the other.
Yes.
And we've also figured out that if our small bowl was 2 ounces, maybe this one needs to be 3 to 4. But not all of it's going to be the top, maybe just half of it. Maybe 2, maybe 2 ounces of this, because this is the inside, remember, and it does not show. Unless you want to do a different color right on the rim, then you could, we'll talk about that. So, 12 inches, I believe 12 inches, I can't remember if 12 inches is a half an ounce or an ounce. I think it's probably half.
It's not much.
So let's do 2 of those.
Okay, so here to here. Here.
And cut it. Don't
Here.
pull it. This is not a pullable thing. So cut with your scissor. Now, she's measured. You don't have to weigh. She's measured it. Now she's made herself her own yardstick of what she's going to do. You need 2 of those. You need 2 of those.
Oh, that's right.
Why does she need 2? Because she's going to do two-sided. And we don't know anything about this. We haven't made it before. We are using our best judgment. So we're going to start with, what, 24 inches?
24 inches.
And then we're going to decide if that seems like it's enough. But don't forget, we're going to do other layers. This is just our inside, which doesn't show. So now she's got 2 of them. One for one side and one for the other. Okay, this requires an explanation. I don't think the video is very clear. At this point, Linda had to make a decision. Now, she had taken the batting, which is a little bit cheaper, a little bit more coarse, and used it. It's that brown that you saw. That's going to be the inside here, because remember, the very first layer you put down is going to be the inside. You're not going to see it. So, why do you need to put a gorgeous color inside? You can, it's up to you. So she decided she was going to use that brown. But then she had to make another decision, because this small hole, you're never going to see really in there, but hers was going to be a little bit bigger. So what I said to her is, maybe she wants to put just some of the wool that she's going to use on her top one, the Decadence, that's really beautiful. She might want to take some of that and lay it down right here, and then the brown after that, because then when this is done and cut, if this is a bigger hole, for instance, if it was a bigger hole like this, you would then see that color right here. So that's kind of what she needed to decide, or she could just do it all in the brown. And she decided she wanted to experiment and just lay a different color that's going to be more like this outside in the inside. So it's going to be a little bit here and a little bit there, because she's not sure which is going to be her bottom and which is going to be her top. So her decision was she was going to put some of her beautiful coloring on this inside so it comes out. Just a little experiment. So that's what you find us talking about. We made a decision. She wants to do the top. I don't know how much it's going to show. So open it carefully, and I'm going to have her remove. Let me open it up very carefully. And I would remove, what's 3? Show me 3 inches. Okay, why don't you cut 3 inches off of both of them? Now this is top, remember, this is not batting. See how coarse that is? This is batting. See the difference? It's got long strands and they all go in one direction. And we're just guessing at 3 inches. We're all gonna see if this works out. I think that's gonna be 6, and that's gonna be enough. You can make this bowl with 3 ounces, but we're gonna go with 4 because it's big. Okay, so now hang that around your neck, and hang the second one around your neck. Reason is, you're gonna remember when they're done, right? So now what we wanna do is point to the center, that is going to be the part that you're going to cut open, and you're going to, and everything around it is going to be that color. So lay that down first in any way you want. You can pull it. You can be pulling. You know how you pull it? How we taught you to pull?
So you want me
But
to do
smaller
this in the
tufts and
middle?
put it right flat over the top of that. I think it needs to be a little bit. And we'll save that. Now she's working with it. So she's got this with the bubble side up. She's got her resist, and she's got that middle piece that's going to show. So she's got it pulled out. Let me just, okay, let's give it a little whack. Like, get away. That should keep it down. Now, pull one of your pieces off your neck and begin to lay down. Now, this is not top. This is, so why don't you divide it into maybe 2 pieces? Does it need 3 like we normally do, or does it need 3? What do you think?
know.
Try it and see. I think 2's enough, right? Now just begin to pull it into, maybe 3. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do it 'cause
Now remember, it doesn't, you do want to have it go over the edge though, because remember, we still want to have the edge. So pull
it
it.
doesn't matter which direction.
Just, no, pull it and just get it and then put it over the edge by about an inch, right? But it's not going to be anything like top. And does it matter? No, it doesn't. Yeah, perfect. So she's just going to do that around. But remember, when you're using batting, it doesn't have, it goes every which way, which is really good in a way. And if you want me to, here, let me hit it. Let me just hit it for you.
Nope. It's just not staying. Okay, let's try it again.
That will. Because now we know that it doesn't matter if you get it wet as you work. That we didn't know earlier. You just don't want to get your dry. So what she's going to do is she's just going to start doing that. But remember, this is batting. Yeah, you can do it any direction you want. You just got to get it down. And she's measured it. So she wants to use that whole thing on this side. But we are guessing here. Future me here again. So at this point, Linda's beginning to do that, no matter what kind of wet felting you're starting on a round resist. You're going to start pulling, and you get like those little tufts, and you lay the feather part outward along the edge of the resist, coming out from the resist about an inch, inch and a half, or whatever. You've seen this before, because this should not be the first time you're seeing this process, because this is not a beginning video. So when you do that, but except she's not using the beautiful silky top that we normally would, the merino. No, she's using batting, which has fibers going all different. It doesn't pull the same. But once you've got it pulled, she's laying it down. So here's some hints. First, wet down that resist with the soapy water. Spray it, so it's wet. Then make sure that your hands are absolutely dry before you touch the batting. Keep a towel right there, a nice dry towel, bring several, and really, really dry your hands. So when you're touching the wool, your hands are not wet. That's why it's sticking. Then you pull your tufting and you lay it and kind of drop it without touching too much of the wet. If you do, dry your fingertip. That should help. And when it touches down, it should stay. That's a hint. Dry, dry hands, wet, wet, resist. So it'll stay down. Now, we were battling the wind also, but you may not be doing that. But that's what you see. And she's going to lay that fringe around. And she struggles with it a little bit because, of course, she's new at this, and you will be too. You want to make sure that you overlap it just a little bit because you want that fringe to be even all the way around. That's a skill set. May not happen the first time, but you want to overlap a little and try not to have gaps in your fringe. So one thought we had is wet the resist down first before you lay it if you're in windy temperatures, and then it'll stick, and then you can keep your hands dry. So we're thinking that might be an answer, but you can see what she's just putting it an inch over. But remember, this is batting, so it's the fibers go in all different directions. You just want to have it over for this first one, and she just spreading it out. This is her own idea, trying to get it like that. Then she want to make sure she covers. What you want to make sure you're doing is you're covering that resist, and I can see a little bit of resist that didn't get covered right here.
Okay.
But you can go over that. When you do the second, you're going to do another layer, so. No. Okay, so now she's got it around, and she's got her setter. So now you're going to take the next piece off your neck, and you're going to fill in that middle part with what's around her neck. So take that one out,
No, I've got
Or,
this
oh, no,
one too.
whatever you've got. Fill in the middle, but it doesn't matter what direction because remember, batting has it everywhere. You just want to cover that resist as best you can. So now that batting is being laid to cover the black, and you go over the top of this. You go over the top of that a little bit. Cover up the top of that center a little bit. Not much, but cover it up.
No, I've got
Or overlap, I should say, not cover, overlap. So what she's trying to do is she's trying to make sure she covers. If you need it smaller, make it smaller because you can use the little pieces. Fill it in. That's what you're doing. You're just filling it in. And remember, because it's batting, you don't care which direction it goes in. So what happened is she's gotten that second layer down. Remember, it doesn't matter. Now she's got one more on her neck. So she's going to have to do it again. Again, there's really no direction to this, but just to remind yourself, you might want to go where you can remember. So find some way that you can remember that you're putting it all over, okay? So she's just going to cover again with one more layer. So now she's used it all up. It's there. So you know the next thing that we're going to do is she's going to get her broth and she's going to get a lot of hot soapy water and she's going to spray it. And she's going to really give it a soaping. Interruption here. So at this point, I want to go back and tell you what we were doing. We were measuring to see how much we thought we were going to use in our beginning because we don't know, we're guessing. So we were doing it in 12 inches, assuming that's maybe half an ounce. But that's our measurement. As long as you keep it the same, it's okay. We decided 12 and 12, 24 for one side, and 12, 12, 24 for the other side. That was our initial idea, and that's you're going to see us go with that. It turns out that you need the whole 48 for one side. So not 12, but you need 48 one side, 48 the other side. And I'm going to say that again in the video. But this is the future me telling you that it needed to be more, but this is experimental, so we were just trying to figure it out. Really this is your chance to get nice soapy warm water on this. Now I want you to remember that this is full of air, right? So we're not agitating. We're not doing any felting right now. We are going to get rid of the air. So first she's putting down this first little, maybe a little bit more right there. Okay, that's enough. Now she's going to stop, bubble side down.
Side down.
Evenly, nice and even. And then you're going to just press it down. Press, 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 no agitation. And press outward, down and gently outward. You're pressing the water out. You're pushing the air out. Push the air out to the edges. From the inside, right. From the inside center to the outside. Gentle, gentle. Get rid of all that bulk. Get rid of all of that. You might want to soap up your hands a little bit, maybe. Get them a little. There's a little soap. I gave you a little soap. There you go. It's always good to have a little soap in your hand. Is it making it go easier? Yeah. You're going to have clean hands after this.
Good.
And then she's just going to push out, just pushing out the air. That's all you're doing. You're not agitating. You're just pushing out the air all the way to the edges because you've got that fringe. Really get that fringe, but you're not worrying about agitation. Okay, now, sorry, we have to flip it over.
Okay. The whole thing.
Yeah, flip it over. Now you pull it back from this side so they can see it come off. Pull it away, just gently. Oh, it'll come away after you do it. You just pull it. Don't let it fold over if you can help it. Keep it very thin like that, yeah. Keep it fringy. Yeah, keep it very fringy. Yeah. On the other side there, closer to you. Really pull that fringe out. Don't worry about that. Throw that away.
Piece.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Pull this way. Pull this way from this end. One end to the other.
A minute.
Another. And it should start just coming off eventually. Now,
Okay.
pay attention if you see any area that doesn't have a lot of fringe, because you're going to over fringe it in a minute, right? Remember kind of just the general area, like maybe right here, a few places. But don't fuss with that. You're going to do it when you do the next. Okay, now fold that over. Show how you fold it. You fold them over close to the resist. You're going to fold that fringe over close to the resist. Make sure you have soapy hands.
This is soap.
And you pull it, push it right next to the resist. You want that fringe to be right hugging that, right hugging it. Pull it up, just pull it up with your fingers and pull it. It can pull it fringier, yeah, it's okay. And if it has a little fold, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna have a little fold where it comes together. Go back and where that little bump is and push it. Yeah, don't let any bumps. Don't pick it up. Just fringe it. Don't pick it up. Just push it against it, push it against it. You want it very close to that resist. This is key. Pull it close. You don't want any air there. And you can pull it up fringy. Doesn't matter. You might get a little fold or two, but that's not going to matter at this point. Just notice where maybe you didn't have some fringing when you're going to do it. Like here, it could go a little bit more fringy. But don't forget, you're going to fringe again. So it's not like the last time this is going to fringe. This is the inside of your bowl, remember. This is the inside, or purse, or whatever, hat, whatever you're making. This is a hat, then you would care about the inside a little bit more. And you're pushing it, you're just pushing it against the resist. Making sure you pick your hand and, yeah, just massage it. That's perfect what she's doing with her fingers. You want that to be right against that resist. Very good fringing on this one, by the way. A compliment is your way.
Oh, well, thank you.
And remember, she did this with batting, so it's harder. Harder, harder. And now, you don't actually have to fringe an inch out like we're doing here. You could do just half an inch and it would be okay, just as long as you go over the resist. It does not have to be an inch and a half. It can be just a little inch. It's up to you. It just pulls more over. Now this is taking a longer because she's not doing a nice big one, so in the process. So look at, she's almost done.
Come on, baby.
Now pull it, pull it. I'll give it one more massage all the way around. So now that she's got this done, she had to remember what's the next thing she's going to do. Well, she's decided to put that coloration on the bottom of the gourd also, even though it's never going to be seen, because this way she gets a choice of which is going to be her top. If she doesn't, she only has one choice, and that's where she put that different colored topper. But if she does it on both centers, she has a choice. That's the piece, and she's going to just spread it there.
Well, once it's done, it's going to be wet. Because it's very wet.
Okay, so we used the two 24s
The batting
on
stuff
one
is different.
side. So we used 48, right, on one side.
Yeah.
So now we have to use 48 on this side. I got to redo the math. I don't know what I said before, but that's the correct math. So now she's laying that on this is the second side, remember? And she's going to lay this last little bit down, and then the process will be the same. We'll come back. Yes. There we go. So now, would you spray it? And you're going to cover it. Now you do this where you're going to get the air out. So now we've determined we've done 48 ounces on each side, or we don't know, no, 48 inches, excuse me, not us, 48 inches of just batting. Now she's going to cover it, bubble side down. Make your hands really, really soapy. We are not agitating. we are getting rid of the air by pushing it out. There we go. Gentle. Push out that air. A little bit more. I will flip it over. You are now back on side one. You got to remember what side you're on. If you need to write it down, do it. But now she's going back to side one. And you're going to pull it off gently again.
Oh boy.
This will come off easier than it did the last time, I think. It should anyway. Is it coming off a little easier?
A
Yes.
little easier.
As this thing felts, pulling it off is always easier. Remember, I am not using any foil or any of that. I just use bubble wrap. I don't see any reason to do that unless you're doing very small flowers or something like that.
Pretty wet on that side still.
Would you hand it to me? Yeah. Now you're going to do that thing where you pull it against the resist very, very tightly. Now remember, just to remind you, this is not her color. This is the inside. Now, if you're going to make a bowl with a very wide opening, then you might want to use beautiful top inside because it'll be seen. But she doesn't believe it's going to be seen. She's changing maybe, but you can add a little bit of it to the top. You can add it to the top. Another reason you might want to do different colors in the center, because if you, let's say every single time you did a layer, you added a different color in the center. When you cut that out, you're going to have rainbow edges on that cut. It'll look really nice. As you learn to do this, when you do the cut, you'll see that when you make the cut, every layer you've done shows through at the cut. And then you mend it. Remember, you mend it by massaging it. If some of you are watching this for the first time, you really needed to be watching my beginning video. This is kind of a little more advanced. This is for my students. I teach this. It's okay for the public to see it, obviously, but and this will teach you how to make a bigger one, of course, if you've already done it once. But this is just, I do have other videos for you to look at that you can see how to do this. And I don't have a sample out here of what we've done. I should have put something out. Just lay it, no, don't worry about it. Just push it flat. We don't worry about lumps. Lumps will go away. Lumps don't stay. I mean, it have to be a pretty huge lump to worry about it. Pull everything away. Now we want to be careful. We don't always have fringy. We're careful with our fringing because we can make ourselves a rim that we can't get rid of. If you put too much fringy all the time, you can end up with a rim along the middle of your bowl that you can't get rid of. So there you go. That's pretty darn good. Again, future me putting a little comment in here. Linda's going to begin to put her merino top, the decoration, the part that's going to be on the surface of her bowl. And this is a Decadence, and it's a mixture of wool and silk, and it comes from Living Felt. But you're going to notice that she's going to struggle here a little bit with it touching. Everybody is, but just a hint. Spray that wool that's on that base before you start putting the second layer on. Spray it soapy. Then dry. Her fingers were wet. You just dry. Dry towels, really dry it. And then try not to touch wet. Pull your dry Decadence, try to lay it down. If you do touch it with your finger, then dry that fingertip, and you may have less of a problem because wet hands, clammy hands, the wool wants to stick to you. So you really want to dry, and then try just to lay it on. It's a skill. You learn it as you do it. And you're going to see her struggling because remember, Linda hasn't done this a lot. This is like, I think, her third time. So she is new so that you can see that it's a skill level you learn. So now she's gone to her more the color. This is the merino top. What she decided to do is she has 2 different colors of merino top, and they're blends. I forget what they're called, decadence maybe? I can't remember.
One was decadence.
Dry your hands are not dried enough.
I know.
And so she's taken both of them like this, and she's going to take one and then the other, and she's going to do the fringing part. Just like you did before, but now closer together. Don't leave anything. You don't want to see that brown resist below. Hold it up higher. Don't put it in your. Do it higher up. Put your. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Then she lays it down like that. That's the correct way. Overlap. Please
The
overlap.
wind is blowing it.
That's okay. Let it overlap. Hands are not dry enough. I can probably tell you that. So dry your hands really good next time.
Oops.
Yeah, perfect. And then she lays it overlap. You didn't overlap, but that's a little more overlap. That and no, that you didn't flip it. Flip it, lay it, and drop it, and don't pay attention to it. Let it go. Do the next one. Pull it, flip it, and lay it cloth and let it go. That's what you want to do. It can do it very rapidly.
It's gonna fly away.
Try not to touch it. Keep your hands very dry. Once your hands get wet. And flipping, leave that holding it. Now flip that over and lay it. Just flip it
Ah, funny angle. My
and
wrist.
drop it. Now stop. Put your hand away. Now go back and grab another one. And flip it. And just let it go. Like that. Perfect. You want to not touch it. You want to just go around and around without touching, if you can help yourself. Because the more you touch, the more it goes astray. Yeah, we just learned that. You can do that to keep it down. Hers is different in that she's not pulling faster because she's alternating her colors. How much of the alternating you won't necessarily see. But she's flipping it. You got to have the fringy side out. Always the fringy side. That's it. Ah, got it. You got to get this motion, guys. I know. Because then the minute you touch it, you get wet on your hand. Your hand should be very dry. Always have a towelette in your... Perfect.
lap.
Good. Now you have a little spot there, but go back.
Can I
No, I want you to
put
put
water
something
on
over.
it?
Don't touch it. Put a little bit over the top of it.
It's gonna fly away here in a minute.
Was it? Well, then you can spray it, but don't touch it. Guys, this is just a skill you'll acquire. Pulling that, this is different than that batting. You see how this has it's got a, there you go. And then you flip it, and it goes down, and you overlap, and you lay it down. Beautiful this is being laid down though, guys. This is really, really how it should be done. Overlap and drop. Perfect, perfect. Okay,
See,
so
I see a
now,
lot of places that.
no, stop. Now wet it.
Okay.
Guys, don't touch it. Try not to touch it. I know you want to.
I think I hit it with my elbow.
Yes, I know. All of this is going to migrate no matter what you do. Oh, good job, good job. Okay, now stop. Now the next layer that you're going to do, this matters. This is not batting. This is merino top. It has strands.
Yes.
It matters. So you've done it around. So now the next time you have to go, you choose horizontal or vertical. Which would you like to do?
I'm gonna do horizontal first.
So now start up here and do horizontal all the way across. And if you have anything left over, you do the center more than anything. Okay, the center counts more. So she's picked.
Am I still mixing it all up, or what am I doing?
You can do whatever you want. That's yours to look at. That's yours. But this is going to be horizontal.
That got real
Horizontal.
skinny.
So you're going to go horizontal all the way across. It doesn't have to be one strip. It can be several strips, but it's still horizontal. Dry your hands, dry your hands. You'll have a better job of it if your hands are dry. There we go. Hers is a little different, guys, because she's tried to mix 2 of them. Now she's going to go vertical. She has a little bit left over, but that's not a big deal. And she's going to go vertical because you have different levels. Strands. I mean, these are merino tops, so they have strands. It's not like the batting. You have to put them crisscrossing. So she's laying it vertical. And because you've already measured out your wool, you don't have to worry if you're using too much. You just use it all up. As long as it's equal per side, you're going to be okay. if you have leftover and you're not sure, use your leftovers in the center of either side, because that will increase the depth of your base and or your top, which is always what you want to be heavier. So if you don't know what else to do, load up in the center with whatever left over. It doesn't have to be horizontal or vertical, just put it in the center. Now she's watering it down, adding spray, nice and good. Now cover it.
I want to get those dried pieces that I put over there. Okay. All right.
Bubble side down. And again, you're not going to agitate yet. You're going to press from the center outward very gently. You're pushing out the air. Basically, this is very puffy because you have done 3 layers on here. So you've got a lot of air in there. Get your hands wet and soapy. You can wet the top of this too, since I said that.
Should I?
No, well, yeah, that's good. Yeah, like that. That's good. Now yeah. So your hand just goes across it. And you want to push out all that air. And you've got 3 layers there, so you got your work cut out for you. So get those layers, that air out of there. Remember, we are not felting yet. I know it seems like it. We're calling this wet felting, but the felting process is different. It's more rock and roll. But this is just getting that air out of there, and it's very calming. Linda's very calm.
Am I very calm?
Oh, look. Okay. Okay, I would flip it over.
So let me go. Just want to do this little part right here.
She knows she's feeling it.
Okay.
Flip
now,
it over.
The whole thing.
Yep.
The big pancake.
Leave that on there. Flip it over. This is side 2. You can see it?
Yes. I'll have to start. Oh, that came off.
Yep, it'll come out a lot easier. A lot easier if it's not wet, I'll tell you that.
Nothing here.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now she's going to do that same thing where she pulls it close to the resist. We're going to remember here and here. Everything else is fine.
Yes.
No,
So
there's
that
one
would be-
spot over there. But right here is all we care about. We're going to remember that right there.
So we'll start with that maybe.
Yeah, we're going to start over in this area. Lift it up a little bit. Lift up a little bit and see if there's anything there. No, there isn't, so just pull it. We can't lift up too much because this is all going to fold, Remember, this is side 2. Nice.
No, just go around. It's hard to do.
Okay, she's going to pick the side 2 colors that she was just working on. Dry her hands thoroughly. We're going to remember that we were a little light right here, so keep that in mind. So when she begins to fringe, she's going to start here, carry it out a little heavier. But in the long run, it will not matter. Now,
This is my last.
okay, this fringing, by the way, is the one that's going to come from the bottom up to the top. So you might want to fringe just a little bit longer, okay? You know what I mean? A little wider fringy. Because this is the part that's coming from under to go to the top. Because this is the bottom.
Okay, so the fringe needs to be a thicker
A little longer, not thin.
Longer.
It can be thinner, just longer.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be thicker, just longer.
All right.
Because you've already fringed it, so you don't have to worry. So you want to make that into thirds
Threes. I was just going to say.
from the center. Now divide it. The reason you do that is that's going to be the most even. So you find it, and it, by the way, you guys, this is not rocket science. Close to divide in thirds is all you need. Very complicated because she's doing this very complicated. But as long as you're done with your wool, when you're done, you've put enough on. Start your fringing right here. Keep it a little bit longer this time because this is going to come from the bottom to the top. This is the bottom. So you're going to be fringing this. Does that make sense? You're fringing this way. Start here and make it a little longer than you normally would.
Longer. Okay.
That's it. Really thick here because it
Oh,
wasn't.
I like to do it either other one.
It's going to be a longer fringe. It can be lighter though. It can be much more feathery.
Yeah.
But longer. So now she's doing horizontal, right? She's doing horizontal.
I'm doing horizontal.
Look at those guys. Look at those colors, everybody. That should be, we don't know. This is always a crapshoot. You just don't know. But
Never know.
she's doing her horizontal. Now she's doing vertical, which is the last phase. She's doing this on side 2. So this is the last part of these. Now this is differently because she's using a Decadence. I think it's Decadence. It's very multi-colors. It's not one single color. So it's going to look a little different than what you're used to because this almost looks like she's on the embellishing layer, but she's not. So she's finishing up vertical. Spray it down really well. This is side 2. This is done. Now you're going to cover it and you're going to squeeze out, you know the root. You know it, but it's going to happen. Yep. And you're going to put a lot of soapy water on that top part with your hands, so it's going to really slide. And you're going to push out the air. Gently, gently. Nice job here. This is all, look how big this is. Okay, flip it over.
This one right here.
Up there with the poodle, right?
Flip it over.
Yeah, flip it over.
Here we go. Flipping it over.
Okay, now what you're going to do is take this top off, and you're going to be looking at number 1 side.
Okay. That means I got to bring all the
Should come off pretty
easy.
easily.
Yeah, it's much better than the very first one.
Oh my God, look at that. That looks like the top of a turtle shell. It does. It's phenomenal. Okay, you need to take this fringes and pull them up. The pull-up fringe stage.
Fringes. Okay.
You know, oh, look at that.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Look at what she's done. Look at that.
Ooh,
Isn't it something?
Oh,
Isn't that nice? What we're talking about is now she is at the point where she is going to embellish. Now this, believe it or not, is probably embellished, but she's going to think about what she's going to do. Now, bring out the Angelica so we can show it. Now this is Angelica. Living felt. Now this is actually not a natural thing. This is plastic shredded. It is not going to felt. No, 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 no. So if you want to use it,
but it's pretty.
it's pretty. So put some down. Show them how you're going to put some down. I would put it in little patches rather than over evenly.
Yeah.
Because then you can, okay, now stop right now what you're doing. Put that down a second. And now go get your piece of a little bit and show how you make a little. Then you take a little bit of your leftover wool that's similar in color.
I can put that over this
Yeah.
piece of Angelica.
See how she laid that over? And I would do another piece over here. We're talking micro, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I realize this could be a tortoise now. I realize now. This is the most beautiful turtle. And this is actually highly embellished already because of what she's put on it. So basically she just put a few little, really just,
I just put some copper Angelica down there.
she just put the copper Angelica. What you do, okay, that's good enough. What you do is you go like this, all the way squeeze, and then you let it soak the whole thing up.
Yeah, but it's not soaking.
It will slowly, it takes a while.
Okay.
And then it'll be filled, and then you can do it. But I think you've got it enough. No, you have to squeeze it. It's got to be a spray. There you go. Okay, that's enough. Now, cover it. And really, really put some soap and water on that thing right now.
On here?
Is your hand nice and soapy? Is it real soapy?
No, give me one for this hand. Let's bring you here. Okay.
And really work on the rim. Really
Okay.
kind of just, yeah, give it some. You're not doing that anymore. You're massaging.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. The air is out of it, and you want to be sure you go along the edges because you want that edge to felt. So the felting is beginning on side 1. She's embellished, and you always want to make sure that you run your hands along this. That's it. Going on. Okay, now flip it over. And now you're on side 2, which is the bottom. Now you have to embellish that one. Do whatever. So she's on the bottom, and she's doing the same process with the Angelica. For some reason, we're not getting it. It doesn't want to. Oh, there we go. You can see.
Sparkle, 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 sparkle.
And Angelica's gorgeous, but you do have to cover it. Okay, so now she's that side too, and she's covering it. And she's gonna put water and soap on it. And then she's gonna do the same thing she did on the other side. It says now the beginning of felting. So she can start, rubbing it and really put your arms, run your fingers along the circumference of the resist so that it begins to felt. Because if you forget to rub the edge of the felt, it won't felt it. It'll just stay not done. So you really make sure that you take your fingers and run it like this. Yeah. Really run it. Remember to do that. So that you mend that. So that really, really gets felted. Because it's on the edge, it can get forgotten. And she's really working on a big piece, you guys. This is a pretty big piece. Now, I want you to finish it off with an opposite of what you're doing. I want you to go around and I want you to take your fingers and I want you to pull this way. Just so that you're not away from your resist. Because what you were doing, just do that. Show your hands, they can't see it. You want to pull it back across. Because if there happens to be where it pulled away, you want to make sure that it's back on there. It needs to rest right. No, you're going to pull this way. Pull with your fingers.
Yes, but I can't do it this direction.
No, can you pull it with your fingers like this? Like that, yeah.
Okay, I have to hold this
Like
down.
that, yeah, like that. Smoothly, just smooth. A nice smooth.
Well, I can do this, but coming this way.
Pull it forward. Pull it that's it.
Okay, that's what you want me to do?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Pull it.
Okey-dokey, you got it.
Pull it. You're gonna pull that against, so there's no pocket where the resist came away. You want to make sure that it's snug to that resist.
Uh-oh.
We are now ready to do something we call rock and roll. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the pool noodle and start it here. Nope, start it there and we'll start rolling. Not tight, just loose. Just so that it goes, and this will be a little, you'll notice this is going to go forward. That's okay. Yeah. You can pull that just pull it away as it does it. Now I want you to go back and get the edge of your towel.
Oh.
Pull. Now what she's going to do, she's going to then roll that. You can use smaller, but she's got a bigger.
I've got a really big towel.
Get the wrinkle. You want no wrinkles though on this part.
Okay.
Now you can tighten a little bit. You don't want any wrinkles though. You could do this with a smaller towel too, but this is a big piece.
Okay.
Keep going.
The whole thing?
No, she can start agitating. And she's going to count to 100. Press down, make sure you give it some pressure. You're vigorous. Rock and roll, guys. Now, it also can be done with this, but since it's so big, we're going to use the pool noodle. It changes her hands, that's because it's touching different parts. Because remember, you've got to touch all of it because it's longer. But remember where it is. It's not way out here. It's in the middle, so you don't have to go too far out. Back to future me again. Okay, at this point, when you're beginning the rock and roll, we are saying 100 agitations per quarter on one side. So 100, turn, 100, turn, 100, turn. So you'd have 400, then you flip it over and do 100, 100, 100, 100, another 400. So you end up with 800 agitations. But if you're going to hear right now, Linda thinks about it and she wants to do it differently. I like this. She thought it. Here's her theory. She's going to give you her theory of what she wants to do, which is 50. So listen to her explanation because she feels that she wants to control. She's a little worried about keeping it into a circle. And so she really wants to stop. So listen to what she said, and it's perfectly okay. As long as we're ending up with 800 or more, which is okay, agitations.
My theory is it would be better, instead of doing 100 at a time, do like 50.
That's fine.
And then turn it. Because
Yes.
the more you turn it, the more even I think the circle's going to be. Because last time I did it really hard. I did it all those times. I turned it at 100 and I got a lopsided thing.
Okay, so she's chosen to do 50. Did you do your 50?
Yeah.
Okay, she's going to do 50, but you still have to end up with 800. So
Yeah.
she's going to unroll it,
Oops.
but you can't. And then she's going to get it undone, unroll it.
And I'm going to go.
No, 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 no. Leave that exactly the way it is. Oh my God, if you do that, you'll never. Now open it up.
Open it up.
Yeah. And unroll it. Now, remember, now.
Now, you see how.
Yeah, but
this
it's
is now
supposed
an
to.
oval.
But it's supposed to do that. Okay, I'll take the top off, and do it 1/4 turn, and always do your quarter turn the same. Turn this a quarter turn. You're turn left. You're always going to do left. Okay. Now there. Now put it back on. She's got a quarter turn. And she starts the pool noodle again.
Where's my pool? There it is.
Now remember, not so, you're going to do tighter, but not yet. So start rolling it. You can pull it towards you as you go. Pull it
Last
towards.
time we did it with the mats. This is good.
Well, the reason you're not doing that is because this is bigger, and the pool noodle's got a bigger circumference. Now take it to the edge and roll up your towel. And you don't have to use the towel. You can bring your own. You can do it just so long as you get. Here, move that wrinkle. Just get it less wrinkle. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now she's going to roll it up, maybe 1 or 2 times. Get a good roll of it. Now she's going to start her rock and rolling. And you want to do the same number, always the same number, and about the same pressure. So she did her 50. She's going to come out. And she's going to open that. Pull it out. You know where your pool noodle is. Now the same direction, turn a quarter turn.
Because I'm right-handed. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true. So now she done a quarter turn, so this is your 3rd time, right?
Mhm.
This is the 3rd time she's done the quarter. She's wrapping it up very easily, and then she's going to do 50. Okay? Is this your 4th turn that you're about to do? Yes. Okay, she's done 3. Now she's going to do 1 more turn.
Oh, dear.
And then you roll it to the pool noodle and do 1 more turn. You can just leave it on and turn it, really. I don't know why I had to take that off, just to look at it. Okay, now you got 1 last 50. She's standing up. She's giving a little bit more pressure on it. And now this is the last time. So what we want to do when she's done with this, she's going to open it up, and we're going to look at the shape. And because you've done the same number 4 quarters, we should have a pretty round end product. But of course, one could have different pressure and it could change a little bit. We can always fix it. She's done her 50, so now she's going to flip it over. Okay, and now we're going to do 50, 50, and 50. She's into her starting of a next 50, but this she did tighter, went together much tighter. So you want to roll it tighter. You want to do vigorous, much vigorous your 50. And again, I was mentioning that if you ever have it go too oval on you and you don't want that, the direction that you are agitating shortens the fiber and makes the sides go oval. So if you want to get the oval, you go to the widest part of the oval and you felt it that direction to shorten it. So whatever she's doing now, that's going to shorten because you're felting. Felting causes those fibers to shorten and grab onto each other. She's done with that. She's going to take it out. Again, she's going to see where the pool noodle is. And just remember, quarter turn, always the same direction. Quarter turn. Okay, this is her second time. She's rolled it up and she's going to agitate. This is her third time. She's going to roll it up again firmly. Remember, your top is always going to roll a little bit faster than the bottom bubble wrap. Nice and firm. Now you're going to really work on firm and rolling it up in the towel firm. Now you don't have to roll it up in the entire towel, just enough to get. And if you have water dripping all onto the table, you've got too much soapy stuff in there. But should be enough. I thought if we don't have enough, that'll be a problem. I think she has enough. It's soapy. It's runny a little bit, but not all over coming out. Maybe one more turn, and now agitate. Nice and firmly. She's unrolling it. This will be her last time, well, for now.
One more time, correct?
One more time. Now what she can do, she doesn't have to open it up. She can just turn it a quarter turn.
Just want to get it flat.
You don't actually have to take the paper. You can just do the quarter turn. And this is the last turn. Now look at it and see what it looks like. It's not bad.
It's going to be pretty.
This is your bottom, remember? Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? It's okay either way.
I think some of the Angelica is not going to go down, but we're just going to live with that. Okay, roll it up and go one more time. This first. Then the towel last. Because you want that agitation right there. Nice and firm. This is firmer. Just roll this away. Nice and firm, 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 firm. Well, she's not done because she decided to do these in 50s, but she may be right. You guys can do up to 100, but it's up to you. Some people like to do it in 50s. I've even seen people do it in 10s, and you can certainly do more than 100. But not right away. Do your 800 and then stop and decide. This will be her last. Okay, that's enough, and now you can agitate. Okay, that's it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at it. And she's looking at the bottom. So I'm going to suggest, when you get it all undone, that you flip it over. Well, get this all out, because you're done with that for now. Well, not forever, but for now. What does that look like? Does that look round to you? Now there's her top.
It's still oblong.
Huh?
It's still oblong.
Where do you see the oblong part? Okay, so then what you want to do, you want to roll it a couple more times this direction.
This direction?
Yeah, she sees an oblong, so she wants to shorten that. So you shorten it by going in that direction. And this time I wouldn't even put the towel. Why don't you just try rolling it up? Now she's going to do a little bit more. I wouldn't do 50. Well, you try it, whatever you want to do. Whatever you think is going to do that. She wants to round it out more. Remember, the direction that you roll it is how it shortens it. So if you have an oval, go to the longer part of the oval and agitate in that direction to shorten it. So what she's going to do is repeat this same thing, 50, 50, 50, 50. On the other side, 50, 50, 50, 50. And then it will be 100 on and be 800 times. And she's not done, but she's close. Well, I want to remind you that when you do it in these segments, these last 50 that she's doing, much rigorous, firm. There goes your shoulder, but much firmer. She's just finishing number 2. You don't even have to take that off. You can just you can turn it. Yep, that's correct. And then back it goes again.
Oh, you wanted water.
Okay. I just didn't think it was soapy enough.
Oh, there's red. Somebody put red.
You want to see how she got it to have a little soap on it? That's what I wanted to see. Because remember, water, soap, and agitation makes felting. Don't turn it because you haven't started yet.
All right, I just want to bring it onto the towel.
And that is your top, by the way. This is your third 50. Nope. Yep. Nice and firm, guys. probably easier on the body. I am not doing the 100 like she's doing, separating it can make it a little easier. So 50 is okay. You can do the 100 though if you just want to get it over with. But then there may not be over this. We're not saying that 800 is it. We're just saying that's what we're at this point. So this is her third one, nice, vigorous. Remember, when you're this close to, she's really got to be vigorous and really felt away. It's the most aggressive you'll be. Well, when you're doing the fulling, you're a little aggressive, but it's a different aggression. She doesn't have water going everywhere, but she's got foam on it, so that should be good. So, really, I guess you could have too much water, but not having enough isn't good either. And don't forget that towel is absorbing.
Not much anymore, though. Maybe I should go to the other end.
Yeah, we could. No, let's look at it. Don't turn it, please. Always leave it, and don't get very confused if you do that. Now, one more turn. First, let's check it. Just check it for soapy. Okay, cover it. And this is your last one, right? This is the fourth one. Did you turn it?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure I know which side. Which side. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Her last turn.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean for now. Nice and firm. She changed sides of her towel because it was wet. She's getting it dry, yeah. So now she's... And this is her last 50, which gives her 800. Okay, so let's look at this. She's done 800.
Mm-hmm.
50, and this is the top, would be the top, if she chooses it. Let's see what the other side looks like. Do we look like it's...
Wrinkly.
That's okay. Now, I think, does it look like it's felting? Yeah, it looks pretty good. So what I would do is add some soap, real soapy here, and I would put this on the top and just do some massaging.
Treatment.
And now, do that.
See, it's wrinkly in there.
Well, it'll come out. It's wrinkling because you've got a resist in there.
Wonder what happens next.
So she's going to add, how many?
How many should I do? 50, 50, and 50? Or 40 and 40? Or what do you want me to do?
Why don't you do 25?
Okay.
Nice, vigorous.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's going to do more than the 800, and I would say that's good because she's doing a large one. I don't know. We don't know that. I just think it never hurts. Just we all cut it short. So she's going to go 25, 25, 25, or just 25 and 25, whatever, and then she'll flip it. When she's done doing these 25s, she will have added 200 each side.
No, I only did 25.
Oh, 25. So 100 minus 200 added to the 8 is 1,000, which should not have to be beyond that, other than some massaging. So what she's doing is she's going to open her center, and she's trying to get it centered
around this can.
around that can.
And it's
Now
not,
remember, whatever you cut is
6.
going to be
Okay,
wider, so you have to think about that.
5 and
So you can just measure around and figure it out. Is she's going to push down on that can and make an impression. Now that doesn't last. And now you're going to bring your scissor, which should be put, and get down to the resist. Go very quickly.
Okay.
So you're going to find that impression, and you're going to try to get down to the resist, and then cut.
Pokey, pokey.
So she's going to
Then
get the
notice
scissor
another
to
layer.
go down until she gets to the black resist, then she'll cut it. and then you can fix it, and then you're gonna what's called mending. So she's taking out the resist now because she took out her center.
Oh, this thing is sticking. That's not a good thing.
Well, no, it stayed. It stayed for the length. It looks like that tape didn't stay on, so maybe we gotta
Think of something else.
But it's out. Okay. But it was in one piece before you took it out. Hi, future me again. At this point, what you saw is she was taking the resist out, but it hadn't stayed taped together. That tape. Now, here's what we realized. When we taped with that mailing tape or packaging tape on the bubble wrap, it was plastic on plastic. It stayed. But when we put that tape onto that rubberized resist, it didn't stick. So now we know that will not, now it held long enough that it didn't come apart while you were agitating. Maybe that was just good luck. I don't know. So now I've got to find a way, if you're going to use that kind of resist, what can go on it? And my idea is that maybe you have to use this kind of tape, which has got the little fibers on it. I don't know. We're going to have to find something that's going to work on if we're going to use that silicone rubberized kind of resist. Now she has to spend time, not that, you have to mend that center first.
I'll get it where I know it should be. There we go. All right.
So she's looking at, let me look. I don't think you can. So what she's going to do is she's going to rub that inside till she mends it. The layers will come together. Okay, repeat. This is the felling process. Fulling, not fulling process, where you begin to shape it. Now she's got wrinkled and she's massaging them out. That is one of the, and I believe, now what they say to get rid of wrinkles, which I'll repeat to Linda's, once it's been rinsed and you can take it home and you can stuff it until it's stuffed to the brim and you can iron it off. But right now she's not done anyway because she hasn't done any fulling at all. So she's doing that now. You have to full your opening and all of it. You have to rub. And also you can take something like this and you can wrap it. Really
smack it for you.
See, you're gonna go like, especially where you want to get rid of. It shocks it. It really does help. Believe me, it does.
Okay.
Gives that, yeah. You don't think it does, but it does. Want to see. So she's hitting the edge with the ruler. You think it doesn't work, folks, but it does.
We'll see.
And then you've got to wash it in cold and hot, and get the soap out, and you can put vinegar, but this is what. So now, hot or cold water, she's going to start rinsing that soap out and squish it, squeeze it.
Yeah, it's going to kind of get a little bit on the inside. Okay.
Now squeeze. I want you to see it. Just throw it to the bottom. Whack it down.
Whack it down.
Go throw it. A ball. Back to a ball. Squeeze it, put under the water.
Now what?
You need to get here. It's hot. And then you're going to first do the hot, now throw it down again. Do that a couple of times. Put it under the hot water again. Squish it, roll it. Yeah, like that. You're not harming it. You're making it. Now run it under hot again. That squeezing is good.
Is that going to make it almost shaken?
You have to do this. Every one of them has this happen. Now, you can cold water. It doesn't mean I have anything. I'm going to get... So now I put vinegar on it. Now you can soak it for 20 minutes in vinegar. I just pour vinegar and seems to do it. I'm just trying to get that pH back so it will get rid of the soap and give it a good rinse again. Okay, wring it out, and now we can go back to the balloon. Okay, the next thing is to blow it up again, folks. By the way, you can do this a lot longer. You could do that throwing it 100 times. You could put it into your dryer. You could put it in your dryer and you can make it go tumble, and it will keep melting. So you have all these options if you get tired of this. There she goes. You really want that balloon to open up in the very bottom. This is it, almost finished. She's still got to go home, and this has been vinegared. This has been, but she could full it a little bit more. And she's going to iron out the few little wrinkles. And then maybe she's going to do it with the school glue to stiffen it. She's going to see what happens when it does that. But that's what you get from that. Maybe we took lunch, but maybe it takes 4 hours. In the beginning, we were learning this 3 to 4 hours. She took it home. She was going to do more fulling, mend on the top. When we talk about mending, rubbing where that along the. Now we didn't tie off that balloon. We just rolled it, turned it, and clipped it so that you could empty the balloon, come up and down with it, so you're not having to have a whole bunch of balloons. But anyway, she was going to go work on that, hit it, iron it, whatever. And the other thing you can do, because of course, I would say in review that maybe we could have done another 1/2 ounce of wool on each side. Maybe it could have been thicker. That's our thought process. So maybe we could have added. That would maybe be the one critique. But the other thing too is that she's going to take the Elmer's glue, that's cheap school glue, make it 50-50 approximately, water it down, and then take a nice brush, and begin to just put it on. And that will get rid of some of your fuzzies. It'll also, if you have some embellishments that may be thinking they're going to fall off or whatever, that will help that. And it will stiffen it so that it will stay up, because that is big and it doesn't necessarily want to stay on its own. So that's one of the things when you get bigger, we're still playing with that. Should we add another 1/2 ounce? Maybe the next time I will. So we'd be over 4 ounces on it, because maybe the bigger you need it to be thicker. So that's the only thing we're still experimenting with. And then the other thing is, when you go bigger, you can cut it along this edge. You don't have to do it in the center. You can cut along here and you would have a purse or something like that. If you do the center, cut it bigger, you would have a hat perhaps. So there's different ways to go with this, but this is the video now on going bigger. And we used the sort of a variegated wool so that it just had a whole different look to it. So I hope you enjoyed this. There's a learning process here. I'm going to come back and do more of these. As I learn, I'm going to share what it is. So thanks. I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter, but it just helps the channel. And also, please comment, tell me what you think of it, and that helps me too. Okay, bye-bye.